What's going on, guys? It's Thor here, and welcome to something a little bit different. Today, I am going to be kind of reacting, but not really, to some quote-unquote common sense tests, which once we get into it, you're going to understand that these are not actually common sense. In fact, the questions quite literally ignore common sense, and so it's really just going to be me getting pissed off at the people who made the video, because it's not common sense. In order to get the questions right, you have to ignore common sense, right? So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm really just here for the beginning of the episode. So check this out. Boom. Oh, 1 second. Oh, boom. Oh, 1 second. It's trying to get me to close out of OBS. Okay. We're here. Okay. Let's just get into this. I need to turn the volume up a little bit more. Okay, maybe not that much.
90% of people fail this common sense
There,
test.
it's not common
It looks
sense.
like common sense isn't so common.
I want to
According
punch this man in the face.
90% of adults get these questions wrong, yet kids do just fine.
This is
That's
BS.
because
Most of these questions, by the way, children probably are not even going to understand what you're talking about, right?
things while children use their common sense and don't overthink. So follow their lead and let's start.
He's lying. He's full of lies. Who is this man? Who is this man? I've never seen this man before in my life.
Which word would you use if you needed to describe a person who doesn't have all their fingers on one hand? You have
Okay, this one actually is common sense, right? Because the reason you would say normal, right? Because it's supposed to be all their fingers on one hand, which would imply that they have 10 fingers on one of their hands, which isn't what they're implying. Although most people I've seen react to this, hear this, and say, oh, they're an amputee. They don't have all their fingers on one of their hands, right? Is that right? A person who doesn't have all their fingers on one hand. Yeah, that's normal. We don't have all of our fingers on one hand. All of our fingers are separated into two hands. But this is a dumb question. This is kind of an annoying question. I'm not going to lie. It could be interpreted multiple ways, right? Which... it's just a bad question, you know? Like, hey, would you call somebody who doesn't have all their fingers on one hand? You know? Like, that implies we're talking about all 5 fingers on one hand, not all 10 fingers on both their hands, right?
10 seconds to come up with the correct adjective.
I should have waited. I apologize. I should have let you guys try to figure it out. Let's just skip
Person,
ahead.
Normal.
1 second. I gotta change the... oh, no, I don't know how to do that. Whatever.
I don't know about you, but I have all 10 of my fingers divided onto 2 hands with
Shut up.
5 on each.
Shut up. No one likes you, okay? This one's really dumb.
All right, we tested your anatomy. Now,
Where is
some
Lloyd,
geography.
mister?
If a plane crashes right on the border between Canada and the United States, where should they bury the survivors?
Okay.
Are you supposed to know international aviation?
This
laws or
one is
something?
also kind of common
10
sense. Okay,
seconds
will
to
you
figure
shut
it
up?
out.
Shut up. Okay, this one actually is common sense because you don't bury the survivors, right? If they're alive, you're not going to bury them. Although it does make you wonder where you would bury anybody who died, but yeah.
Have you made up your mind? Canada, USA?
Winnipeg. We're going to bury them in
But
Winnipeg.
Are you 100% sure they bury the survivors?
Yes. We're going to bury them. They deserve it. They're going to suffer.
3. Okay, how about this one?
Okay.
Imagine that you just entered a pitch black
Okay, wait, never mind.
There's an oil lamp, a
Wrong one.
newspaper, and some kindling wood inside the room. But you only have one match.
Mhm.
You have to make a
Yes.
tough choice. What will you light first?
This one is kind of confusing. I don't get it, because you only have the match, presumably. But the answer to the question, by the way, is you light the match first. But, like, what are you using to light the match? You know? Also, this one's just kind of dumb because obviously you're going to light the match first, right? That's not one of the 3 options you were given, right? That's like if I gave you, like, okay, I need you to, you know, drive over here to this building and test drive 3 cars. You know, which car do you think you're going to drive first? Obviously, you're going to drive your car first. Like, that's just stupid. Nobody talks that way. Obviously, the answer would probably be the lamp. I mean, realistically, they're gonna burn for a lot longer, and then you can set the other 2 things on fire as well with the lamp if you need to. But, like, what are you lighting the match with? That's what I don't understand. What are we lighting this match with? Do we have a matchbox? If so, is it empty? Do we have multiple matches? Or are we just striking the match on the floor and hoping it ignites? It doesn't make any sense. It pisses me off. The thing is, most of the ones in this quiz, because there's 2 of them, aren't that bad, but the next one we're gonna do is really terrible.
The oil lamp is definitely a good choice.
Thank you.
But still incorrect.
Actually, it is
First of all,
correct. You're stupid.
You'll need to light the match.
Tricky. Also, that newspaper said lorem ipsum.
4. Mrs. Brownie, despite her name, loves the color pink.
This is
Her
true.
bungalow is decorated entirely in the bubblegum color.
This is
Pink
true.
Carpet, furniture, curtains, even the walls are pink. So what color do you imagine the stairs are?
Okay, this one is also really dumb because remember at the beginning of the video how they said that kids get these questions right, but adults get them wrong? No kid is gonna know what a bungalow is. I can't. If I walked up to my nieces and nephews. I mean, I guess I do have 2 nieces. One of them can't speak yet though, because she's not even a year old yet. But if I were to talk to my niece who can speak and my nephews who can also speak and say, "Hey, do you know what a bungalow is?" They would have no idea what it is. In fact, when I first watched this video, I didn't know what the frick a bungalow was. I just presumed that bungalows are only one floor because that's what this question is. That's what it is. Bungalows are 1 floor, so the stairs don't exist. There are no stairs. Although you could actually realistically say that there's a step up in order to get into the house, which obviously, yeah, if there were any stairs, they would be pink. But there's no
Perhaps
stairs.
If there were stairs,
Yeah.
they would most likely be pink, but bungalows just have 1 floor.
Yeah, who the
No
frick knows
stairs
that?
needed.
That's a kid. I didn't even know that. I'm 23. Who is this man?
5. One day, a man got caught in the pouring rain.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, he had no umbrella or
don't know why I said
hat
that.
or anything else he could use to stay dry. Yet, not a single hair on his head got wet. How so?
See, this one's also dumb because it's picking and choosing what information it wants to basically bring into the equation and have be important. Was that even proper English? I don't know. But it's like with this one, the only way not a single hair on his head is wet is either if he is literally going through cancer treatment and has absolutely no hairs on his head, or he has some weird disease where he has no hairs on his head. Because even if he's bald, you're gonna have like eyebrows and eyelashes, and you might even have a beard, you know? So even like you can do that while being bald. So for him to actually not get any hair on his head wet, he literally has to be like either a cancer like patient who's going through treatment, or he literally has to have plucked all his hairs out, every single one, or maybe have some rare genetic disease where he just doesn't grow hair on his head. Right? But the answer is he's bald.
It's so simple, you'll want to slap yourself for not thinking of
I don't
it.
want to
The
slap
man
myself. I want to
was
slap you.
bald.
Look, no, he's got hair on his forehead. And also, why is there like a dark line on his head? It don't make no sense. This picture is wrong. He very clearly has hair that he can get wet, which means this isn't accurate. You're wrong. You're a liar. You're a liar and you're a cheat.
6. How can it be that every single person in a plane crash died, but 2 people survived? This is a straight-up paradox.
It's not.
And you have only 10 seconds to explain it.
See, this is another one where they're just picking certain information within the sentence, and then they're changing the meaning of it to basically confuse you, because you read this as every single person in the plane crash died, right? Your immediate response, any normal immediate response from any person ever would be, oh man, they all died. Every single person died, right? That's just exactly what that means, right? No one is going to immediately think, which, by the way, the answer is that the 2 people who survived are married. Like, nobody's out here thinking like, oh man, every single person in here is annoying. Like, no, my first thought isn't going to be like, oh, so what, you only care about married people or whatever? You only care about people who are in relationships? No, nobody thinks this way. You're ignoring common sense, which obviously all these questions and these tests are actually like brain games? Word games, I think it's word games is what they are. But they're not common sense, and it pisses me off so much. But yeah, the two people were married. Skip ahead. Yeah.
Every single person.
He's emphasizing it. You're just picking and choosing what information you want to, like, modify.
7. Time for a tricky one, so be very attentive.
I should take a screenshot of this guy and then put it in Photoshop and get just the head and stick it in freaking Turbo Dismount and freaking wreck him for his.
What
That's his
do you
punishment.
sleep on, sit on, and brush your teeth with?
See, this is another one that's just really dumb because based on not only based on what we've like the questions we've received so far, but based on this question, like you would think like you need one item that fits all three of these scenarios, right? What do you sleep on, brush your teeth with, and sit on? Presumably, you need something that fits all three of those things, which the most realistic answer I saw from somebody was matter. But no, you know what the right answer is? It's
a bed, a chair,
a
and
bed,
toothbrush.
a chair, and a
Common sense,
toothbrush.
remember? Don't overcomplicate things.
Like, he's overcomplicating every question, and then this one, he's like, ha, you're stupid and wrong because you didn't try to make some simple answer, even though all my other answers are ignoring common sense. Pisses me off. This isn't even like a word game.
8.
That's a
In
treat.
some months, there are 31 days.
Okay, this one
In
actually
others,
is
there are
like
30.
common
But
sense.
how many months have 28
All
days?
months have 28
Come on,
days.
you know.
You know? Now, if we were to say how many months have exactly 28 days, it would just be
So,
February.
is it just one?
Unless it's a leap year, then
February,
no
right?
months have
The
28,
answer
exactly
is
28
actually
days.
12.
Yep.
All 12 months have 28 days. Press the like button if you got that one.
I'm gonna press the dislike button, so you have to suffer. Ooh, a car.
9. A man dressed in all black from head to toe.
This one's
was
pretty
walking in
obvious.
the
I
middle
got
of
this
the
one
road.
immediately.
All of a sudden, a huge black car with its headlights off came around the corner and
Mhm.
screeched
Yes,
to a
this
halt
is true.
not to hit him.
Yep.
How on earth did the driver of the car see the man in black?
This one's obvious. He literally just saw him because it's daytime. Like nothing in the question makes it seem like it's nighttime. So this one isn't even a good question if you're trying to trick people. You could literally swap the stuff for like a man dressed in all white, a man dressed in all blue, and a pink car coming around. Like there's no information that makes you think it's like nighttime, you know? Now, if you said like a man walking in the middle of the road with like a rainbow outfit on, doing a crazy jiggy wiggy dance, you know, he's in the middle of the road and a car with its headlights off comes around and plows into him, then you could be like, okay, you know, how didn't the guy see him? Because it's nighttime. But
And
yeah,
10
this
seconds on the clock.
one is kind of obvious. So I don't really have much to say about or complain about this one.
Well, it's kind of hard not to notice a man
Also-
dressed completely in black during the daytime.
Thank you.
10.
10, of
There
course.
were 3 highly important rooms in the house of an extremely important man.
This is
One
true.
room was filled with valuable secret documents.
Yes, it was.
The second one was full of money.
Mhm.
And in the third room, the man kept expensive jewelry.
As he
But
would.
One day, an arsonist set the house on fire, and all the highly important rooms burst into
Why
flames.
why are there 3 phone booths right here? Like what the frick are we doing?
Which of the rooms did the police start to extinguish the fire first and foremost?
Okay, so the answer for this one, in case you don't know, is none because police don't put out fires. But I'm about to go on Google right now and ask if do police officers crap, I can't write. Police officers carry fire extinguishers. Facebook extinguisher. I need to find this out. Yes, many police officers carry fire extinguishers in their patrol vehicles as standard equipment, which means this isn't even accurate. Like, what? It doesn't make it like. I mean, after that, it becomes like, what would you do? I mean, for me personally, I'd probably go for the documentation first in case he's in the Epstein files and we need to arrest this guy. But yeah, I literally just Googled it. Police literally can carry fire extinguishers on them. So, yeah. So, saying that, no,
We can
because
debate
they're the
philosophical
police, not the
stuff
fire
later, but
department.
Let's get one thing straight. The police don't put out fires. That's what firefighters do.
Shut up. I hate you. You're stupid, and I hate you. Ooh, glass
11.
slipper.
What's the biggest problem with snow boots?
This one is a really dumb question. This is actually probably the worst question on this list because the question is implying that the boots are literally made of snow. And the whole thing is he's like, oh, because the boots are made of snow, they melt when you get home. Even though if you had boots of snow, they would literally fall apart because they're made of freaking snow. It doesn't make any dang sense. You're stupid and I hate you, man. This is a stupid question. Frick you. The real answer would be that snow boots are hard to carry around because they're so big. But no. Also, why are we still going?
Made of
Skip
snow.
this. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Snow boots melt as soon as you take them home. That's stupid. It's stupid and wrong, and you're dumb, and I hate you.
12. How
Giraffe.
do you put a giraffe in
This is just this one. We're completely ignoring common sense at this point. Like common sense was like thrown out the window like 10 minutes ago. This question is like us looking out the window with like an AR rifle and below like just dumping the entire magazine into common sense. And common sense is now starting to bleed out all over the side of the street, right? You know, terrible situation. The answer, in case you don't know, is you open the fridge, put the giraffe in, and close the fridge. Even though common sense dictates you cannot fit a giraffe in a fridge. Even if you were to cut it up into its different components, I still don't think your average fridge would fit an entire giraffe in it. Giraffes are massive animals. They're huge. So this question is literally just BS. You cannot, it's just stupid. Oh, you opened the fridge up, put the giraffe in.
Exactly how you do it. You open the fridge and put the giraffe inside. Then, it's better to close the door so you won't let the cold out.
Who cares about the cold?
This question in particular shows if you tend to overcomplicate things.
No, this question shows that you're retarded and you can't think at all. You're stupid. You're dumb and I hate you. Anyways, next, I mean, it just gets worse from here.
Now, how do you put an elephant in a fridge?
Everything I just said about the last question applies to this one. Even more so. The answer to this one is just as dumb. You open up the fridge. What the frick just got on my arm? You open the fridge, take the giraffe out, which, by the way, the giraffe would be dead at this point, most likely. And then you put the elephant in, which I'm bringing up the fact that that giraffe should be dead due to some information about the next two questions we're going to get. But yeah, obviously you can't fit an elephant in a fridge. Literally impossible. I'm pretty sure even if it was a baby, you couldn't do it.
Pour frozen giraffe out, put the elephant in, and close the door.
You should be dead,
If
brother.
you remember the giraffe, you're good at thinking about repercussions of your actions.
What is thinking of the giraffe have to do with anything about repercussions of actions? Makes zero sense. This has nothing to do with repercussions of my actions. This is just remembering what I did, which even then, no.
14.
Is this Moses' ark? Or...
Noah builds
No,
one
okay,
more
this is
ark and
Noah's
invites
ark.
all the world's animals to join him. Every single animal gets on board.
Is that a dog?
Except for one.
This is BS. The answer is the elephant doesn't get on, but realistically, the giraffe shouldn't get on either because it's dead because it got frozen.
What animal?
What the frick
doesn't
is
board
this
the
thing?
ark?
How did the giraffe get up there? He shouldn't be here. And why are his horns on his, like, snout? I don't understand it. It makes no sense. What is this thing? Is that a goat?
It's the elephant, of course. It's still in the fridge. Poor thing. If you got this one right, your memory is razor sharp.
No, you're just
Very
stupid
nice.
and dumb and I hate you. Why does the sun have a nose? The Black
15.
Gulf.
You're hiking in the wilderness when
Yes.
you come upon a river. You have to cross it.
Frog
but you know
River.
that crocodiles dwell in rivers there.
Yeah.
How can you reach the opposite side without becoming a crocodile's dinner?
This one is also dumb because there's no guarantee that there's even going to be a crocodile at the portion of the river that you're even at. So that doesn't even make sense either. So it's like, that's dumb. You could probably just get across normally, but no, you know what the answer is? The answer is that the crocodiles are on Noah's Ark, so they won't be there. That's stupid. Not to mention the fact that Noah only took one male and one female of every animal onto the ark, which means that there would still be a bunch of leftover animals left in the river to still eat you. It's stupid. It's stupid and it's dumb, and I hate this man. Lost Cape. Cape Cod. Make me angry. Fairy Hills. What is this map of anyways?
Don't worry. Just swim across the river. There's no danger. All the crocodiles are on Noah's Ark.
Also, based on this map, you could just walk around the Red Lake and get to where you're going. In fact, it would have actually been more efficient based on this line for us to just cut across here anyways. So coming across here was stupid
Did
anyways.
you figure this one out? If so, it shows you can quickly learn from your mistakes.
Another cake? Die.
Which question baffled you more
None of
than
them.
the
You're
other?
stupid and you're dumb and I hate you. All right, let's go to the next one now. These ones are even worse than the last ones. Some of the last ones were like, okay, this is kind of common sense. I think there's like 2 or 3 in this one that are actual common sense. And like at that point, it's not common sense. It's just a literal, just regular question, and you just have to not be dumb. Okay, let's skip ahead.
A common sense test.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Don't care.
Stay on the bright side.
I'm gonna blow up the bright side and make the dark side.
Okay, let's start with an easy one. You have 5 apples in a basket and 5 people to distribute them to.
Hey, this one actually isn't
How
terrible.
can you give an apple to each person while still leaving one in the basket?
Okay, the answer to this one is a little annoying, but it's not like an annoying thing where it's like, oh, every single person died, all the merry people lived. Like, no, this one's like actually like, okay, yeah, that's like a reasonable answer, which in this case, the answer is you give 4 people apples, and then the 5th person, you give the entire basket with the last apple in it, right? But, like, realistically, if you're picking apples and handing them out to people, you're not gonna give the entire basket to people. But, like, that's not, obviously, that's not what the question's asking, you know?
Does your head hurt yet? The answer is actually pretty simple.
Yes, thank
Just
you.
keep the last apple in the basket and hand the basket with the apple in it to the 5th person. 2.
Whoa.
Listen carefully to these words. Imagine.
Okay, this one pisses me off the most. I hate this stupid question. It's literally the dumbest, most common sense ignoring question you could ever hear. Just listen.
You're in an office building and everything.
He said
around you
imagine
is
at the
on
beginning,
fire.
right?
Just beyond the desk in front of you is a door, but flames are in front of it. How do you get out?
This is a hypothetical situation, right? You've just been asked a hypothetical question. This is the equivalent of me being like, "Lo, okay, let's say you're driving. Imagine you're driving and your car starts to slip on the road because there's black ice or whatever. What do you do?" Or, let's say you're chilling at the bar with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and, somebody comes and starts hitting on them while you're there. What do you do if imagine you're in that situation? Right? It's a hypothetical question, and hypotheticals exist to get sort of general information about what certain people would do in certain situations, right? If someone's like, "Oh, I would, if I'm slipping on black ice, I would do this specific thing," which is maybe what you're supposed to do when you're starting to slip in a car. Or, "Oh, someone's, talking to my significant other at the bar, I'm going to beat the crap out of them." It's like, okay, that person's going to resort to violence. It gives you information about the other person. That's the purpose of hypothetical questions, right? Yet this is the answer we get for this one. "Oh, you're stuck in a burning office building and the door right in front of your desk is on fire, but it's the only way out. What do you do?"
The answer? Well, stop imagining.
Stop imagining. If you used that answer in any situation in which someone's asking you a hypothetical question, their opinion of you is going to drop substantially because you're not taking their question seriously and you're stupid and dumb. I mean, seriously, if I ask somebody a hypothetical question, I'm like, "Hey, imagine this, blah, 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 blah." And they're like, "Oh, I'm just going to stop imagining because it's an imaginary situation." It's like, you're just pissing me off. I'm trying to get information about you and you're just being stupid. This is a stupid question and I hate you.
The beginning of the sentence was
Imagine.
you're in an office
I'm
building.
going to imagine
So
your
the
head
scenario
getting
wasn't
smashed
even
by a
real in the
giant
first
hammer
place.
later,
You were
buddy.
just imagining it.
Anyways,
3. How can a man go 8 days
this one's another
without
dumb one.
ever hitting?
When someone says a day, my first implication and first thought of a day is 24 hours, right? Oh, in a few days, it's going to be, the 4th of July. Like, it's still going to be the 4th of July at, 11 p.m., right? It's just midnight and it's almost the 5th of July. But a day is 24 hours, If someone said, "Oh, I slept all day," like, I'm going to assume you slept all day long. I guess that one actually doesn't kind of fit that one. Either way, this one's kind of dumb. When you say, "Oh, I went 8 days," when you're talking about multiple days in a row, I guess when I say I slept all day, that's more like a one-day thing. So you could, I guess, say during the daytime. But when we're talking about multiple days, you're linking the days into each other, right? So if you're going 8 days without ever hitting the hay, Which, by the way, this question should have just been like, he's not a farmer, or he's a farmer, but he's on vacation. That would have been a stupid answer, but a better answer than, oh, he just been sleeping at night, like regular people. It's such a dumb answer. I hate it.
He sleeps at night.
Yeah, he
The
sleeps at
same
night.
answer would apply conversely. If
Like,
a man-
no, you're still sleeping. A day is a day. Maybe you're not sleeping in the daytime, but you're still sleeping that day. So you did not go 8 days without sleeping. You stupid. I hate this man. Why is he wearing
can
boxers?
go 8 nights without sleep, it's probably because he slept during the day.
That's not how it
Pretty
works.
tricky, right?
No, you're stupid.
4. Picture this. You live in a barn.
Yeah, this
While
one's actually a good
standing on
one.
the barn roof with one of your roosters,
That man is
it
huge.
lays an egg. In which direction does the egg roll?
Okay, this one's obviously just... If you're a little bit intelligent, you know that roosters are male. They're the males of the chicken world, right? You got chickens, which I think are officially hens, and then you have roosters, which are male chickens. So female chickens are hens, male chickens are roosters. And obviously, roosters can't lay eggs because they're male. So the answer is it won't roll down because it doesn't lay eggs. Oh, I skipped it. My bad.
There is no egg. Roosters
Yeah, there's
don't
no
lay
egg.
eggs. Perhaps the bigger question is, why are you guys on the barn
Yeah, why is this
roof?
rooster so massive?
This next question will put your knowledge of marriage law to the test.
This one is kind of BS.
Is it against the law for a man to marry his widow's sister?
This one, I feel like this entire question is just kind of confusing. Obviously, the answer is for his widow to be a widow, he has to be dead. So he realistically he wouldn't be able to marry his widow's sister, i.e., his sister-in-law, because he's dead. But like the question is just honestly kind of confusing because I'm sure there's probably some implication where his wife could still be a widow, like maybe she had a previous husband die on her and she's his widow, but now he's marrying her. So, but she's technically still a widow, just not to him. And he decides, I want to marry your sister because he's a loser. So I don't know. It's a dumb question.
Sure be hard considering the fact that the guy is dead.
He's dead.
A widow is the living spouse of a person who has passed away. Gotcha there, didn't I?
No.
6. You may have to really rack your brain with this next question.
Bet.
What goes up and down over and over again, but never actually travels anywhere?
This one is also kind of dumb because there's multiple answers that you could give. The answer is stairs, but you could also equally say that a ladder goes up and down. There's probably some other things I'm not thinking of. Oh yeah, like a ramp, like for like wheelchairs. They go up and down but don't go anywhere. There's multiple answers to this question, but the answer they go with is stairs because they go up and down, but they don't actually go anywhere, right? Which realistically, you could say that about literally anything. Like if I climbed on top of a house, I could say a house goes up and down but doesn't go anywhere. So it's just you're just adding like details to things that don't really deserve them, you know? I don't know. I'm
Give
just
up? The
no.
answer is stairs. You go up and
Stairs.
down
Why is our
stairs
yarn
all
like
the
spinning
time,
backwards
the
but going
stairs are
down the
always
stairs?
in the same place. Unless, of course, you're talking about escalators, which are moving stairs.
This is true.
Things are getting a little complicated here.
Not really. You're just
7.
dumb.
You'll love this question.
I won't.
It's all about money, honey.
Oh, I hate this question. This is actually the question that made me want to make this video. Of all the questions in this video and the last video, this is the one that genuinely pisses me off the most. It makes zero sense. You have to literally ignore all common sense. And even then, it's an impossible question to get right the first time unless you've heard it before.
Do you know why 1968 pennies are more valuable than 1967 pennies?
See how he said 1968 and 1967? When you say a number like that, it is implying a year. Like if he said, oh, do you know why 2009 pennies are more valuable than 2010 pennies? When you say that, you are implying a year, which means you're implying a penny from that year, right? But no. He completely ignores that common sense, that is actual common sense, and instead changes it to, oh, it's actually 1,968 pennies versus 1,967 pennies, i.e., $19.68 versus $19.67. So this is more valuable, which is not how it works at all. That's not how English works. You literally have to ignore common sense in order to get this question right. And even then, like, I don't even think it's possible to get this question right. Because, like, your first thought is beyond that just gonna be because you immediately think of the year, oh, maybe, these pennies are just more valuable than these pennies, or maybe these pennies just don't, or these pennies just don't exist. They didn't make any pennies in 1967. But no, he's like, oh, this one is a bigger number, so it is different. And then on top of that, he has the goal to say this.
Well, considering the fact that 1,968
He says that,
is
which isn't
one
what he said
digit
before.
higher
He's
than
changing what words he's using.
1,967, that makes the amount larger and therefore a smidge more valuable. The numbers are referencing the amount of pennies and not the year, like your brain probably thought.
No, by the English you used, it is referencing the year. You said 1968 pennies, not 1,968 pennies. Okay, so you're stupid, you're dumb, and I hate you.
No matter what year pennies were
See, this is also wrong.
they're all the same value.
That's not true. There's plenty of pennies, especially wheat pennies, that are far more valuable than your average penny, especially to collectors. You could easily sell a wheat penny for at least $1, probably more, depending on what condition it's in. So that's not even right either. There's so much wrong with this question. Like, even if this was accurate, this is 1,968 pennies versus 1,967 pennies. If these were all wheat pennies and these ones were normal, or if these were all wheat pennies and these were all normal pennies, like, this would be way more valuable by a substantial margin. It's so
1
dumb.
cent.
Yeah, I'm about to send you down to hell, buddy.
Okay, you're all done reading the morning newspaper.
Good.
You take out one page and fold it in half. How many more times can you fold it in half?
This one's also dumb because the answer is 0. You can't fold it in half anymore because once you fold it in half once, you're folding it into quarters and you're folding it into eighths, which, like, that's dumb. You're ignoring common sense again. Common sense would dictate this is now the singular object. We're ignoring the first half we did it. And even then, nobody in their right mind hears, like, oh, let's fold this in half. Like, you don't say, let's fold this into quarters. Let's fold this into eighths. You say, let's fold this in half 5 times. Or let's fold this in half 3 times. That's normal, right? So you could still fold this in half. You're taking the object as it is currently and folding it in half, even if it's already been folded in half.
Can't
You
come up
know?
with an answer?
But
Well,
no.
You can technically only fold the paper in half
One
once.
time.
If you continue to fold it, you'll be folding it into fourths, then eighths, then sixteenths, then you get the idea.
No, you're dumb and you're wrong and I hate you.
Okay, now the questions are about to get a little tricky.
This is not true.
You can handle it?
I think I
Let's
can
put
handle
your
3
common sense
shotguns
to
going
the
in your
test.
soul.
9. This is Tom. Tom's dad has
Hey, this
5
one's
sons.
actually a pretty simple one.
10, 20, 30, and 40. Can you guess the name of the 5th son?
This one is pretty obvious. In fact, looking at it right now, you can literally see the answer. It's just Tom. Tom's dad has 5 sons. Yeah, there's 10, 20, 30, and 40. Who's the 5th son? Obviously, it's Tom. Like, just looking at this, can you guess the name of the 5th son? There's 5 sons on here. You assume it's Tom, right? That one's kind of obvious, That one isn't really common sense, though. That's just kind of like a sort of trick to see if people notice it. Also, I didn't skip ahead. I'm dumb. This guy looks stupid. I was gonna say, is he made with AI, but this video is like
The 5th
6
son's
years
name
old.
was Tom. The question said Tom's dad. After naming 4 of the sons, the 5th one must be Tom.
Tom Brady.
10. Which weighs more?
We're only
100
halfway
pounds of
through.
feathers or 100 pounds of bricks?
Yeah, I'm gonna speed run some of these because this one's not that special. They weigh the same because it's both 100 pounds.
Others, how far can you walk into the woods?
Okay, this one's also kind of dumb, but also kind of not dumb. It's just kind of a weird way to think of it. You can only walk halfway into the woods because once you're halfway, you're walking out of the woods. But the problem with that is you don't know how big the woods are. So whether or not you are halfway and you're walking out now doesn't really matter. You're really just walking around in the woods, okay?
If you can answer this question, how much dirt is there in a 14
There's no dirt in the hole because if there was dirt in the hole, it wouldn't be a hole anymore. That's pretty obvious.
dirt? How many times can you subtract 10
You can only subtract... Okay, this one actually pisses me off, so let's see here for a
from
second.
100?
So this one's kind of dumb. How many times can you subtract 10 from 100, right? The answer that they're looking for is once, which is just wrong by all mathematical levels of anything. Because when you're saying, oh, how many times can you subtract this from this? You're going to go until the initial number becomes 0. That's how subtraction works in this case. Obviously, this answer would be 90. That's what 100 minus 10 would be. But if I'm saying, okay, how many times can I subtract 3 from 30? The answer is going to be 10 times, because that's how many times you need to subtract 3 from 30 in order to get 0. That's how subtraction works. That's how that question works. That you don't say, oh, you can only do it once because then you're doing it to 90. No, that's not how math works. If that's how math worked, it would literally flip everything over on its side. So it's dumb and I hate this question.
Let's walk through this one together. If you were to subtract 10 from 100, you'd end up with 90. So if you subtracted 10 again, well, you wouldn't be taking it from 100, you'd be taking it from 90.
I hate you.
If you took away 10 more,
I hate you
you'd be
still.
taking it from the new amount of 80.
We need to find this guy.
This means
Where does he
you
live? Let's
subtract
dox
10
him.
from
Just kidding, don't do
100
that. But I still
Makes
hate him.
sense, right?
I hate whoever designed these questions and whoever made this video.
14. You know how Mount Everest is the tallest?
Okay, this one actually pisses me off. So let me actually look it up real fast because this is not completely accurate. All right, here it is. So real fast. Let's hear the question and the words they use.
Mountain in the world, right? Well, before this mountain was established as the highest mountain in 1952, which mountain was the tallest in the world?
Okay, so this one's kind of dumb because he's using highest and tallest, which are two different descriptions. Now, if we're going the highest mountain in the world, yes, Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. It always has been, at least probably for millions of years. I don't know how long it's been around for. But tallest, the answer for the tallest mountain in the world is not Mount Everest. And this pisses me off every time people bring it up. The tallest mountain in the world is a dormant volcano in Hawaii known as Mauna Kea. I don't know if that's an accurate reading of its name. But from the base of the mountain or I guess the volcano technically, but from its base to its peak, it is taller in that regard than Mount Everest. But because most of it is underwater, it isn't counted as being that tall, right? It doesn't go as far up into the atmosphere as Mount Everest does. So this question isn't even right in the tallest in the world regard. So yeah, I thought I would just bring that up.
Racking your brain trying to remember what you learned in geography class back in
No.
high school? Well, you're wasting your time. If Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world today, it was the tallest 100 years ago.
No, you're still wrong. It is our Lord and Savior Mauna Kea. I'm so butchering that.
100 years
Either
ago,
way.
and so on. It still existed here on Earth. We
Shut up.
just didn't know it
Shut
yet.
up, I hate you. You're stupid and you're dumb and I hate you.
Still hanging in there? Okay,
Yes.
I have a couple more questions for you to solve. You can do it.
Thank you.
15.
Who's this lady?
Think you're a wordsmith, do ya? Let's try this question on for size. Which word becomes shorter
Okay,
after adding
this one's actually kind of a bit better. The answer,
2 letters to it?
here, I'll let you guys think for a couple seconds. The answer is short because you add ER to short and it becomes shorter. That one's not too bad. Short.
16.
Here we go.
Do you know why it is illegal for a person who is living in South Dakota to be buried in North Dakota?
See, this one's also kind of dumb because when you say that, it kind of implies that the person we're talking about, in this case, where they're going to be buried, that's going to happen when they're dead, not right now. If I said like, oh, do you know why it's illegal for someone living in, Arkansas to be buried in Kansas? Like, your first thought isn't going to be, oh, because he's still alive and you cannot bury living people. Like, no, the answer is probably going to be like, oh, because of, I don't know, zoning laws or whatever, and that area's registered for only people who live in the state or something like that, No, it's unreasonable to be like, oh, because he's still alive. That's just a stupid answer, and that doesn't get anybody anywhere.
You know that burying a person alive is against the law, right?
Not unless you do it deep in the ocean underground, where there's no
That's why
laws.
a living person
Who
can't
is
be
this
buried in
pup?
South Dakota, North Dakota, or anywhere for that matter. Nowhere in the sentence did I say the person had passed away.
Shut up.
Therefore, they're still alive and well. Whew.
You don't know that. Who says they're well? They could be dying from pancreatic cancer. We don't know that.
That was a close one.
No, it wasn't.
17.
This
As
one.
you probably already know, different countries celebrate different holidays.
Oh, this one is so dumb. This isn't even like a common sense question or even like a word game question. It's literally, can you celebrate the 4th of July in England? That's the question. Obviously, the answer is yes. You can celebrate any holiday in the world, but they make it sound like, oh, well, yeah, I guess you technically can because the 4th of July technically exists in England. It's not even a clever like
Last time I
question.
checked, the month of July does exist in England. That means they have a 4th of July, a 5th of July, and a 6th of July.
Like, what is this
It may not be
implying?
a national holiday over there, but the date still exists. However, you may be the only one in England craving hot dogs that day.
And so what? Like the question doesn't
Attempting to answer
solve
all these
anything.
questions, there's no way your brain isn't tingling. I know
Ah,
mine is.
Is this the final
If there's
question?
anything you take away from this, just know that sometimes things are simpler than they seem. Trust your common sense and
Yeah, this entire test just pisses me off so much. I hate this entire thing. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed
not to
this,
think.
get the frick out of here. I hate you. If you guys enjoyed this, I guess just me basically raging at quote unquote common sense questions, but not actually. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below which question pissed you off the most. For me, it's just definitely the penny one. I hate that question. It makes 0 sense. You're using the wrong grammar in that question. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. So peace. Whoa!